Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. It's been a while, but we had some interesting things going on here at the studio, and I wanted to give you an insight of what's happening now. For the last 2 weeks I've been working around and trying to get my PC up and running again because I ran into some issue with Windows, and I finally made it out again. So there will be a few videos coming just ranting about Windows and how it's very platform exclusive compared to, for example, Linux. And yes, there will be some nerdy things in there. But for today, I want to show you something very cool. This whole setup that you see right here, it will go away. It will be much better when I'm done. And with that, I'll actually also get new monitors and a new monitor stand. So stay excited to watch that, and I'll see you after the intro. Alright, so here's the situation as is. On the left we have a printer, a mixer, and of course in the middle is some of my DACs, my digital audio converters, and of course my keyboard, my mouse, and my Stream Deck. In the middle there's a big 4K screen, and on the right we have a 1080p 144Hz monitor. On the right we have some music equipment, because yeah, sometimes I do write music, it's very nice sometimes. And this thing is lacking one thing. For once, when I do stuff at home for work, where I have a laptop for, I always connect a MacBook to the right monitor, as you can see here. So I want to have that space more, centralized again, where actually the keyboard is in the middle, but also where I can flip around and use whatever monitor I want. That we have to use a very special setup, and of course we need to have some more space. So let's clean up first and then install the new tech. But before that, just as it's arrived, here's the whole package. It's the whole deal. On top we have the monitor stand, and below there were 2 monitors inside of this box. Let's unbox it quickly before that. This is actually a free monitor desk mount for 3 monitors, fitting for the size from 17 to 27 inch, and using the VESA mounting standard of 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. It is rated for up to 7 kilograms per arm, which you can see here. And it actually has all the things that we need. You can turn it around to have them in the vertical position. You can do them a little bit forward, and also of course sideward. And of course there's some cable management bit inside. It's optimized for curved monitors, which will be interesting in a second. And it has a small USB hub down there. So I'm excited to open this up finally. This is basically the whole package here. Of course, we have an instruction here and how to set it together. So it's going to be interesting to set up. But as I said before that, we have to clean up. But as you can already see here, this is the USB cable wiring. It's standard 2 actual USB 3.0 ports, which are here in the front of the whole footing thing. So it's definitely going to be interesting to use later once we have set it up. What I'll be working with soon then as monitors are 2 new 1080p 144Hz monitors. And why only 2 more? Because I already have one and I didn't want to spend that much extra. The reason why I'm doing the split we'll explain a little bit later, but stick with me until we have this all set up. Oh boy, because we are going to work with these bad boys. These are AOC, let me put it up a little bit. These are AOC C24G1 24-inch curved monitors with very thin bezels, and they have 144Hz, of course, refresh rate with a reaction time of 1 millisecond. And the reviews say it's okay with the image quality, and I know that myself. I only spent 180 euros on one of these, and I really find them fascinating because they're curved, they're 24-inch, and they are 144Hz monitors. So for that low price, I'm really excited to see how good or bad they are actually for the money that I paid. And I mean, isn't it funny that they're actually being displayed as that, as already 2 monitors working together? I kind of think this is fate. I'm kind of glad I bought these 2 together. Alright, but as I explained before that, we need to clean up behind me, make the space, and set up, of course, the triple monitor arms first. I will cut to that though. I don't make a timer right now where I just clean it up. I think that's boring. So I see you with an ace. There we go, that's much better. And from here on we can now build, of course, the triple monitor arms and see how it goes. I plan to have much more also in front of the monitors because everything will be set back a little bit. But before that, I want to show you a little secret detail of my chair actually. Here's the coolest part about my table actually. There's a small foot actually right in the middle. And that is an important part, of course, because this chair is like 3 meters long. And in the middle, it would actually like bend down because of the gravity. And if I put like 3 monitors on one single point of that table, I would actually be afraid that this table that's again 3 meters long would actually break through at some point. So I'm really glad that this one foot is there to stabilize the whole thing, and exactly there it is where we put the 3 monitor holder. You know, for once, I'm actually glad that I can work from behind this table, because there's so much space in this room here, and this table fits in very nicely. But really, it's so much easier to film when there's actually a table in front of me, and then the camera like this. So just appreciating that moment. We have our first third actually here. This is the part that will actually clamp in between the table. The table itself is 4 centimeters thick, but the specification goes up to 5 centimeters, so it should be good. Just need to screw this lock here open, and then the foot will actually fall out. And that will be our center point. So let's begin with that. Oh yeah, this is one of the holders actually. So the monitors actually will be just like clipped in here, and then you have this little clicker where you release them and you can put it out of this again, so you can move around them or clean them or, well, put them back into storage. This goes up very high actually. It's actually too high for what is recommended actually, but in this case this will actually be very good for me in the final setup of all the monitors that I have planned out. There you go, this back has actually all, including an extra screw in this case. Probably this one breaks off, I guess. Or this is an extension, one of the two things. Right, let's see if this is already working. And there's actually like a small gap here, so I don't, you know, clip off these cables. Not quite yet. Should actually put that aside. There we go, now it's enough. Put this on. Having to check actually if the 1/3 is down here. Looks very good though. And just screw it together again. Doing my Linus Tech Tips impression here. Screwing this. Don't overdo it. Just tight enough. Should be good. I can wiggle it. Nothing happens. Presumably this will hold forever if I don't move it around all the time. But if it's tight enough, it's good. And we can always see this is the USB hub that I talked about, which is very practical, of course. Let's see how we continue on from here. Yes. As I suspected, this is basically the one large part that we need. We just screwed on top actually. Like this. There is a screw on the side here, which we need to open up a little bit. Get this one out. It's actually the one that holds the whole big thing in place. And now it should be just a matter of screwing this in. There you go. Keep it in place here with a small side mount. Again, tighten it, but don't tighten it over, or else it will break off. Should be fine. The whole table is whacking, so this is good. And from then on, we actually start adjusting the clips. This one actually will hold the other two arms that go to the side. That's not good. This should actually stay in place here. So these were unscrewed a little bit already. There we go. Push through and freely adjustable here. Now, I will not do it too tight because I need to see how low I want to get. But this mechanism actually isn't very good. There we go. Now we start actually getting somewhere. Right, I keep this not too hard, not too tight, but not too loose, so it stays in place here. And moving on, we actually have this main arm. This is also going in like this. This will actually stay on top. There you go. There's a small like cap here, which is not perfectly topped off, so we have to push a little bit through here. This is basically like the nose, which will sit on top here. And from these 3 holes on, the arms will actually come off. And the first one actually sits right here, because that's the main monitor. And we'll just pop in like this. You can actually open this up a little bit to have, you know, movement ability. Just going up or down like this. I'll leave it as that right now. We adjust it a little bit in a second. And now it's time to assemble the arms on the sides. Yeah, these arms are interchangeable, so you can plug them in whatever order you want. Yeah, if you see that correctly, actually it goes like this. This is the bottom. Actually just pushing in like that. And you can have these small screws here on the side again to tighten them up. And you can already see, like, yes, there's lots of movement in here, but going up and down, that's actually done on the last part, which is this one here. And as you can see, actually, like this goes almost all the way over the table. This is a 1 meter wide table, and it can actually go very far into the front. Though for our aspects, since we have our 24-inch monitors, they will go to the side here, left and right. But again, they're like really high up here, so we're probably gonna push everything down at least a little bit. The goal again is to have it to sort of hang around here in the corner, so I have lots of space in front to maybe put a laptop in there that also connects to the monitors and so on. God damn, it's really high. I actually have to go even lower. Alright, so we'll just be stuck here. I mean, if I want to have them leveled, it should definitely be like this, so they're on one, you know, level. I'm actually gonna go a little tighter now because I know how high I can go. Put that one here and that one in here. Not too bad. We have our 2 arms ready, the one in the middle here. It already looks like some robot thingy, like nice. Let's get this a little bit straight, so they actually, you know, level here to the table. The screw is already too tight because it flips over with the mechanic that's here, so we'll not move them any further. And yeah, probably has to go like back a little, I guess. Okay, we can move like that. And now we get actually to put the monitors on these things here. All right, we made it this far, and now it's time to mount the first monitor in here. We have this so-called Visa plate, which will actually screw on the back side of the monitor. But before that, we actually have to get the monitor off its own mount. So let's do that first. Alright, now the first monitor is hanging. Let's see how the other ones get up there and how they look like next to each other. Well folks, this is it. This is the 3 monitor setup, and I really regret not buying a third one, so all of them are the same. But I'll take it for now, you know. I can still get a third one later and sell this one in the middle because it's still good, you know. I could get probably, I don't know, 80 bucks for it on eBay or something. But for now, I really appreciate one. New monitors are so much lighter these days than the one in the middle. And I'm really glad that this one is in the middle and the lighter ones are outside. Secondly, I really appreciate inside here. We have the power cable, we have an HDMI cable, and additionally we also have the DisplayPort cable, which we actually need to have the full 144 Hz experience. So it's neat that this is actually included for free with the monitors. And before I go to the final cut where we see everything in place and actually play some cool games, I will also set everything up, clean them a little bit. So I'll eventually see you again in a few minutes, but until then already I'm very much hyped. See you for the last cut in just a second. I can barely fit into the screen with all these, so hey, welcome back. It's been a few minutes. I got everything hooked up and it is insanely large, like how much space I have here. And as you can see, yes, I also put the 4K monitor back underneath the row. So that would actually make the whole thing a little bit like too high, because the recommendation is that if you're sitting like straight up, that your eyes should like barely touch the top half of a screen. So for example, if I look here, the screen is like a little bit too low actually already, and these are of course way too high. But because these are like folded forward, you know, I can actually sit down and relax a little bit and sit back and still have like a perfect alignment to all of these screens. Now again, I regret kinda that I did not get a third one in the middle, but on the other side, these are still perfectly fine monitors. So I intend on keeping them and using them, or resell them and then upgrade to a third of these AOC monitors. And for like exactly for the money that I paid, 180 euros for each monitor, I can't believe how good they look. And I'm definitely gonna turn on some games now, and yeah, I'm gonna have you some first impressions. I will do like a separate video on how the setup works in general and how good the monitors are for that, and of course how the arm gets. But as you can see, the whole setup was actually done fairly easy. It took me like an hour to construct everything because, of course, with the incredible craziness of the setup, the more I do with it, the crazy again. It's more complex to tear it down and build it up again. But for the average user who just wants like 3 monitors put on there, the installation of the arm itself and the monitors, it's actually fairly easy. And I can really recommend spending the extra dollars because I have a feeling that this is actually holding everything in place. And with that being said, let's play some games. For that, just need to connect these monitors. It's done fairly easy. Let's check it out. What I want to do is I actually have set up the top monitors into a large surround setup, so it has a resolution of 5760 by 1080 in height, and the bottom 4K monitor is just an additional one. Why that setup? Well, I have the idea of playing games in Nvidia Surround on the top row and actually then have a separate monitor in the bottom where I can have, for example, a live stream running like chat, OBS, and even if I'm just recording games, it's nice to have a different screen, of course, where everything else is like Discord, some, I don't know, social media, Twitter, for example, and in the top row there's nothing there but the game. And it actually works. I can both record the full 5760 by 1080 video of the top monitor row in OBS, or I only record the central monitor, for which you just do a standard 60:9 recording, as you can see right now, and just move over until the super wide recording actually is centered on the central monitor. And for most UIs in games, you can actually set it so that, for example, the menu elements are actually only on the central monitor, like for example in Forza Horizon 4, and only on the outer screens you see nothing but the gameplay, which is of course good for the immersion and the experience, but you have everything in the center, and if you want to stream that experience, for example, the folks in your stream can also see all your menu elements, pop-ups and everything. So it actually works really well. Right now though I can't connect to Steam, and that's sad. And side note, there's also a cool thing. If you have a game that's full screen and only runs in 60:9, the both outer desktops actually turn off, so you're saving some power. And if I switch into menus in just a second and turn it on again to make it available for the full screen, these two outer monitors turn on again actually. So going in, activating it now, which is essentially 3/4 of 4K, and it's working. I can see it right now, I can confirm. And on the middle screen you can already see, if you're looking real hard, then I'm only capturing like the central monitor, just as I intended to. So if I go into the game now and actually go, for example, to the directory, so we can have a proper full screen, we can see that I can actually play on 3 monitors while recording only the central one in OBS, you can see in here, and then have a full like surround gaming experience while also being able to have streaming and other things in the bottom corner. So this setup of course is way too much, and I'm having one problem right now. Since I'm using HDMI as an output for the central monitor, it only runs in 60 Hz, so the whole array is in 60 Hz, and it's missing of course the point of having high refresh rate monitors. So tomorrow I'm finally getting a new cable which should enable me of course to have all 3 monitors run out at maximum of 144 Hz, and then actually the real fun begins. But just to show that it's actually working, I can walk around here, turn around. It's super high field of view, like actually. And obviously, for example, Destiny 2 right now, Iron Banner returned, so let's walk up there. And again, it's really cool. In the central monitor, I see everything, thanks to Bungie making actually, for example, Nvidia Surround fully supported in the game. So viewers, for example, in my stream won't miss a thing. I can get, oh, nice, now armor plate, get these bounties, for example, continue. It's not perfect. I need to, tap out and go into this monitor and switch it over a little bit so it's a bit better. See if it works. Waiting a second. Yeah, okay, now it's seemingly better. So if it's like off slightly by a pixel or something, it doesn't hurt, but it's actually working just fine, and it's really crazy good. So again, as soon as I have the proper cable, I can also run these in high refresh mode, and then it's gonna be a really exciting gaming moment. And I also have my Logitech driving wheel here, which I do a separate experience about, because I bought also some new racing games, which are a little older. Need for Speed Heat is coming out this week and stuff like that. So this whole gaming setup really brings forth some new experiences which I'm excited about, while I'm also able to do, for example, live stream in a more regular way. So yeah, we'll see about that. But that has been it for my triple monitor with a 4th one attached setup, the whole building experience. I hope you like the vlog along. I hope you feel maybe inspired to do something like that yourself. It doesn't cost that much anymore. I mean, yes, it cost me 500 euros to get the whole thing. Plus I already had the 2 monitors here in the middle. I had a monster PC already for a while. But this is really a showcase also, like what you can do if you have a very powerful PC. Like, these are crazy things, but they're also things that are maybe worth paying for if you already invested so much in a powerful PC, for example, or other things. So yeah, that's that. I guess I end the video right here now, because I also need to do some other things. I have some other things planned for tonight. So I hope you liked it. Give a thumbs up, of course, and let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. If you think it's atrocious, let me know as well, because I still like trying out if this works. I already have from a friend who showed whilst filming this. This is not perfect. I would do it differently. I would probably agree, but I would try it out first, and maybe I go and detach the fourth monitor and just use the Nvidia row and then lower it all a bit. I will see how it works out. Maybe I do a follow-up with my experiences after playing actually a little bit. But first impressions are really good. And for now, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.